Then Sati dwelt in Kailasha, her mind grievously sorrowing. Nobody knew anything about what was going on in her mind, but the days hung heavy on her like so many yugas or ages. Sati basahi kailasa taba adhika sochumana mahi. Maramuna kojana kachu juga samadivasa sirahi. The grief that preyed on Sati's mind was ever new, for she did not know when she would be able to cross the ocean of sorrow. I slighted the Lord of Raghus, and again took my husband's words to be untrue. The Providence has repaid me for my sins, and has done only that which I deserved. Now, O God, it does not behove you that you should make me survive even after alienating me from Shankara. The anguish of her heart was beyond words. The sane lady invoked the presence of Rama in her heart and addressed him thus. If they refer to you as compassionate to the poor, and if the Vedas have glorified you as the dispeller of sorrow, I beseech with joined palms, O Lord, that I may be speedily rid of this body of mine. If I have any devotion to the feet of Shiva, and if I am true to my vow in thought, word, and deed. Nita nava sochu sati ura bara kaba jaho dukha sagara para. My jokin ha Raghupati apamana Puni pati bachanu mrashakari jana So palu mohi bidhata dinha Jo kachu uchitaraha soikiha Ababidhi asabujya nahitoi Samkara bimukha jiyavasi mohi Kahina jai kachu hridaya galani Manamahu ramahi sumira sayani Jo Prabhu Dina Dayalu Kahava Arati Harana Beda Jasugava Tau Mai Binaya Karau Karajori Chutau begi dehaya hamori Jo mare si shiva charana saneyuhu Mana Krama Bachana Satya Bratu Ehu. Then, O all-perceiving Lord, listen to me and speedily devise some plan whereby I may die and be thus rid of this unbearable calamity without much exertion. Tau sabadarasi sunia prabhu karo sobegi upai. Hoi marano jehi binahi shrama dushana bipati bihai. The daughter of Daksha, Sati, thus felt very miserable. Her deep agony was terrible beyond words. When 87,000 years elapsed, the immortal Shambho emerged from his trance. Shiva started repeating the name of Rama. Then Sati came to know that the Lord of the universe had come to the waking state. She went and bowed at the feet of Shambho. Shankara gave her a seat opposite himself. He began to narrate the delightful stories of Sri Hari. Meanwhile, Daksha, Sati's father, had come to be the lord of created beings. On careful consideration, the creator, Brahma, found Daksha qualified in every way and appointed him as the supreme lord of created beings. When Daksha attained this high position, the pride of his heart knew no bounds. Never was a creature born in this world whom power did not intoxicate. Ehi bidhi dukhita prajesa kumari akhatanya daruna dukhubhari bite sambata sahasa satasi taji samadhi shambho abhinasi Rama nama Shiva sumirana lage Janeu sati jagata pati jage Jai Shambho pada bandhanu kinha Sanamukha samkara asanudinha Lage kahana harikata rasala Dacha prajesa baitehi kala Dekha bidhi bichari sabalayaka Dachahi kinha patinayaka Bara ahir kadacha jabapava Ati abhimano hridaya tabava Nahi ko asa janama jagamahi prabhuta pai jahi madanahi. Daksha got together all the sages and they began to perform a big sacrifice. All the gods who obtain a share of the oblations offered at a sacrifice were quarterly invited to attend. Dachalie muni boli sabha karana lage barajaga. Nevate sadara sakala suranje pavata makabhaga. Kinnaras, a species of demigods, Nagas, Siddhas, a class of celestial beings, and Gandharvas, celestial songsters, and the whole host of gods proceeded to the sacrifice along with their wives. All the gods, with the exception of Vishnu, Viranchi, the creator, and the great Lord Shiva, set out in their aerial cars. Sati beheld beautiful aerial cars of various patterns coursing through the air. Celestial damsels were singing melodious strains, which intruded upon the ears of ascetics and broke their meditation. Then Sati inquired about the stir in the air. Shiva explained the whole thing. She was somewhat delighted to hear of the sacrifice commenced by her father and thought of making it an excuse for staying a few days with her father in the case the great Lord Shiva granted her leave. Repudiation by her lord tormented her heart not a little, but conscious of her guilt, she would not utter a word. At last Sati spoke in a charming voice tinged with awe, misgiving, and affection. Kim nara naga siddha gamdharaba padunha sameta chale sura sarba Vishnu Piram Chi Maheshu Bihai Chale Sakala Surajana Banai Sati Biloke Bioma Bimana Jata Chale Sundara Bidhinana Sura Sundari Karahi Kalagana Sunata Shravana Chutahi Muni Dhyana Pucheu Taba Shiva Kaheu Bakani Pita Jagya Suni Kachu Harashani Jo Maheshu Mohi Ayasu Dehi Kachodina Jaira Misa Ehi Pati Pari Yaga Hridaya Dukhu Pari Kahaina Nija Aparada Bichari Boli Sati Manoharabani Paya Samko cha prema rasa sani. There is great rejoicing at my Father's house. Lord, if you grant me leave, I would fain to go and see it, O storehouse of compassion. Pita bhavana utsava parama jau prabhu asya suhovi. Tao mai jau kripayatana sadara dekhana soi. Lord Shiva replied, your suggestion is good and has commended itself to me as well. But the anomaly is that your father has sent no invitation to us. Daksha has invited all his other daughters, but because of the grudge he bears to us, you two have been ignored. In the court of Brahma, he once took offense at our behavior. That is why he insults us even now. If you go there uninvited, Bhavani, all decorum, affection, and honor will be cast to the winds. It is no doubt true one should call on one's friend, master, father, or teacher without waiting for a formal invitation. Yet where someone nurses a grudge against you, you reap no good by going there. Shambho expostulated with Sati in so many ways, but as fate had willed it, wisdom would not dawn on her. The Lord repeated once more that if she went to her father's place uninvited, he anticipated no good results from it. Kahe hu nikamore hu mana bhava yaha anuchita nahi nivata patava dacha sakala nija sutta bolai hamare bayara tumhau bisarai. Brahma sabha hamasana dukumana tehi te ajahu karahi apamana jo binu bole jao jahu bhavani rahaina silu sanehu nakani Jadapi Mitra Prabhu Pitu Gura Keha Jaya Binu Bole Huna Sadeha Tadapi Pirodha Manajaha Koi Tahagai Kalyanu Nahoi Bhakti Aneka Shambhu Samujava Bhavi Basana Gyanu Urava Kaha Prabhu Jahu Jo Binahi Bolai Nahi Bali Bata Hamare Bahe. Having reasoned with her in more ways than one, when Hara having reasoned with her in ways more than one, when Hara at last perceived that the daughter of Daksha was not going to stay, the slayer of Tripura detailed a few of his principal attendants as her escort and sent her away. Kahi dekha hara jatana bahurahina jacha kumari. Diye mukhya jnana samgata babida kinha tripurari. When Bhavani, etymologically the consort of Bhava, an epithet of Shiva, reached her father's house, no one greeted her for fear of incurring Daksha's displeasure. Her mother was the solitary figure who met her kindly. Her sisters received her with profuse smiles. Daksha would not even inquire about her health. He burnt all over with rage at the very sight of Sati. Sati then went to have a look at the sacrifice, but nowhere did she find any share of oblations set apart for Shambhu. Then did she realize the force of Shankara's warning. Her heart burnt within her at the thought of the insult offered to her Lord. The former grief, that of repudiation by her Lord, did not torment her heart so much as the great agony she now felt as a result of the insult offered to her husband. Although there are terrible agonies of various kinds in this world, the insult offered to one's own people is the most painful of them all. The thought of the same made Sati furious. Her mother tried to pacify her in many ways. Pita bhavana jabagai bhavani dacha trasa kahuna sanamani sadara balehi mili ekamata bhagajini mili bahuta musukata Dachana kachu puchi kusalata satehi biloki jare sabagata sati jaye dekhe utabajaga Katahuna dikha sambokara bhaga Tabachita chareo jo samkara kaheu Prabhu apamano samuji urade taheu Achila dukhuna hridaya asabyapa jasaya bhayo mahaparitapa jadyapi jagadaruna dukhanana sabate katina jati avamana samuji so satihi payo ati krodha bahubidhi janani kinha prabodha. The insult to Shiva was something unbearable. Her heart could not therefore be pacified. Then, sharply reproaching the whole assembly, she spoke in angry accents. Shiva apamano na jai sahi hridaya na hoi prabodha. Sakala sabhahi hati hataki taba boli bachana sakrodha. Hear ye elders of the assembly and all great sages, all of you who have revelled Shankara or heard him revelled, must forthwith reap the fruit of your sin, and my father too shall fully repent. Wherever you hear a saint, Shambhu or Vishnu, the Lord of Lakshmi, vilified, the rule is that if it lies within your power, you should tear out the tongue of the reveler, or you should run away closing your ears. The slayer of Tripura, the great Lord Shiva, is the universal spirit. He is the father of the universe and is beneficent to all. It is him that my stupid father vilifies, and this body of mine has sprung from the loins of Daksha. Therefore, installing in my heart Lord Shiva, who bears the moon on his forehead and a bull as his emblem, I shall immediately quit this body. As she spoke thus, she burnt her body with the fire of yoga. Footnote: fire produced by yogis through the friction of vital airs within the body. A plaintive cry arose from the whole assembly. Sunahu sabhasada sakala munimda kahi suni jinha samkara nimda sopalu turata lahaba sabakahu Bali bhati pachitaba pitahu Shambhu Shripati Apada Sunya Jahatahi Asimarajada Kaitya Tasu Jibhajo Pasai Shravana Mudina Chaliha Parai Jagadatama Mahesu Purari Jagata Janaka Sabake Hitakari Pitamam Dhammati Nimdata Tehi Dachat Sukra Sambhavaya Hadehi Taji Hau Turata Deha Tehi Hetu Uradhari Chandramali Prasaketu Asakahi Yoga Agni Tanujara Bhayau Sakala Makahahakara